What would you do if someone came into your workplace, had a gun, and pointed it right at you? You're about to see the story of an Indiana woman who turned what could have been a violent robbery into something different, something she hopes will one day turn into a second chance. We're going to talk to her in a moment, but first, her story. Angela Montez feared the worst when a gun-toting robber stormed in during her shift at this check-cashing store in Indianapolis. Surveillance video captures him leaping over the counter and lunging at her with a gun. In the heat of the moment, she managed to stay calm enough to appeal to a higher power, the power of prayer.
I started crying and praying, and I telling him, don't do this. He was too young to throw away his life. He talked to me a little bit.
The robber, 23-year-old Gregory Smith, confessed that he has a 2-year-old son to support and felt he had no other options. But he quickly joined Angela in prayer, getting down on one knee and praying for 10 minutes. Then the unlikely duo embraced. Incredibly, the would-be robber hands her the only bullet in his gun. They continued to talk about his hardships for 30 minutes, and then he had a change of heart. Taking only $20, he later turned himself in.
She did an extremely good job and should be commended for her actions.
Actions that indeed prove prayer can be a shield to the soul. Angela Montez, the woman in the video, is here with us this morning. It is, I have been, ever since I've seen that video, I've wanted to meet you. How are you this morning, Angela?
A lot of mixed emotions.
I bet.
Yes.
A lot going on in your life these last few days. The young man comes to your place of work.
Yes.
Originally says he wants a loan. Then all of a sudden he jumps over the counter. He's got a gun. What was your immediate reaction?
I can't even explain the feeling of a gun. I just remember looking at the silver gun and the finger was on the trigger, and that's all I could picture, and I just thought, this is it. This is it. I'll never see my babies again.
And you started talking to him right then?
Not at that moment. I just really cried a lot. People say I'm brave. I was not brave. I was very scared and crying, and he caught on to that really quick. I began praying and telling him, don't do this. You know, you're young. Don't do this to jeopardize your life. You have so much ahead of you. And he told me he had to do this. That times are bad, times are really bad. He had nothing, he was going to be homeless, he had no choice, he had to do this. And I just told him things are really not that bad. Nothing can be so bad that you're willing to take someone's life or give up your life in prison or jail or death. And the more we talked, he just broke down. And he seen that he was scaring me so bad that he's like, ma'am, I'm putting the gun away, just stop. I'm putting it away. Talk to me. No one will talk to me. I have nobody.
He just wanted to talk to you.
Yes.
At that point.
Well, at that point. It's not the intention at the beginning.
No, it wasn't.
I was very scared. And then when I let him know that he was better than this, and I started asking him questions,
What'd you ask him?
Where is your mother? And he's like, I don't know at this time. And I said, your father? He said, I've never met my father. I don't know my father. I said, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. And I said, you have babies, you have children? And he said, I have a little girl. And he had the gun put away and started crying. And he said, but we're going to be homeless. I haven't had a job in months, and I've tried everything. He said, I've been in the service, ma'am. He said, I've got a trade in heating and air conditioning. He said, but no one will hire me. And I said, you were in the service, son? And he said, yes. And I said, you have a heart. If you're willing to serve your country, you don't want to do nothing like this.
And this took 40 minutes.
We talked for quite often, and when he actually fell to his knees, I kind of backed up, and he went for his pocket, and I knew that's where the gun was, and that's when I was like, Lord Jesus, please, if I've done anything, forgive me.
You were really praying at that point.
Take care of my babies, you know.
But he was reaching to give you the bullet?
He actually said, no, ma'am, stop, I'm not going to hurt you, and he pulled the gun out, and he said, look, I'm taking the bullet out. I'm taking it out, and I want you to take it. And I was like, you're freaking me out. And he said, just take it and talk to me, please. No one's ever talked to me like this,
Angela,
ever.
did you feel the presence of God?
Yes. Yes, I did. I felt a warmness, even though there was a scare, and I thought this was it because the gun. The gun makes you feel that way.
And nobody came for 40 minutes. Usually the phone is
No.
ringing, usually people are
Yes.
coming in, and you think that's also the Lord.
There is so many places around us. It's a big parking lot. No one had come to the door. No one called. I can't believe it was that long when I were told that we actually spoke that long in the center.
And you think there was
I
a purpose
believe
for
that
that?
the Lord sent us both together. It touched me, and it brought back religion that I have kind of let loose, and it made me think again how important this is.
It's brought you back to it. Let me
Yes.
ask you this, Angela, because we cannot minimize what he did. It was a serious crime.
I understand
It was a
that.
serious crime, and he has been charged with robbery and
understand.
firearm charges. His mother saw the video and had him turn himself in, which he did without incident. What do you think should happen to him?
Who knows? Maybe the Lord will use him in jail. Maybe he can speak to other people that's in there for that same reason and throwing their young lives away. He needs to know there is people out here that do care, that will help. I mean, this is pitiful. These young men feel like they have nothing and nowhere to turn to, and you know, it's pitiful that the Christians need to let people know, and they need to open their hearts. And if you have a company and you have a job, give these people a chance that are coming to you. We need to open up and love each other and help each other.
We do. Crime is never the answer.
Right.
Turn to the Lord.
Right.
Angela, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're everything I thought you would be and more.
Oh, my heart goes
Well,
out to him and he has a fiance and a baby.
Well.
My heart just goes out to them. I hope everyone thinks of them and helps them also.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God.